Oh, here we go. Okay, ready?
hmm
What's up, Buck fans? Welcome back to another live stream Monday by Real Bucks Talk. Mark Ramirez here, Michael Pless joined as always. And this is different. This isn't a Victory Monday. This isn't a, oh, let's go over what went wrong. This is a pregame Monday. Something special, something different. Let's talk about it. Bucks versus Giants Monday night. Guys, let us know how you feel in the chat down below. But Pless, tell me, what do you see? Where should we attack?
Yes, sir. I'm excited. This is like you said, something different. Again, it's Monday Night Football. We don't get a lot of these, in the past. So it's nice to be on Monday Night Football yet again. Obviously, Tom Brady, Gronkowski, they bring the extra publicity, which is nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I think everyone's looking at it as a game that the Buccaneers should win. I feel the same. Again, if the Bucks play just smart football, I think they have a really good chance of taking care of business and winning by 2 scores. I just feel like the Giants don't match up, personnel wise with our guys, and we should be able to take advantage of the mismatches that are across the board on both sides of the football. And like we said in our preview that we put up on our channel, there's just matchups that I think favor us. Giants are down without a lot of players on both sides of the football. They just lost their number 2 corner on an injury in practice just recently, so they're down another defensive back. They don't have Saquon Barkley on offense, so it's an uphill climb. Their offensive line is kind of up and down, so there should be advantages there to attack. But yeah, I'm just really excited, ready for this game. I think you are as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
Bucks game nonetheless. I mean, we all have our drink of choice. I don't know
Right.
who who doesn't right now. It's hype game central. It's Monday night, like you just said, based on all these big names that we have. Again, we have no Antonio Brown. We'll talk about him later. But the game at hand right now,
hmm
let's face it, there we should overmatch them. I mean, it's if you saw our film study of the Giants from a couple days ago, I mean, they're just beating themselves. This is stuff we did all last year. We're all too familiar with. This is stuff where we got to be able to take advantage of early and often, and have them continue to beat themselves, and not let off the gas pedal once we get up. So I think everyone thinks that the Bucks are going to win this game. I think Buck fans, Giant fans, even think this. I mean, they're 1-6. What is it? We just looked it up before they're negative 55 point differential. So, I mean, they're
Yeah.
not the Jets bad, but they're not doing too damn good either. But either overall, I think the Jets should, or the Jets, our our defense should be able to slow down them to a point where they can't do anything, and it's just the offense running their guns, right? I mean, let's see what we can do. Chris Godwin's not here, but it doesn't matter. You still are loaded all across the field. So I think we mentioned it, hitting the underneath routes. Let's get Scotty Miller dragging. Let's get Tyler Johnson dragging. Like, don't attack deep immediately. Try and find Gronk with overs. Hit your running back short, easy passes. Then once they suck in, I feel like we say this every damn week. Then hit it over the top. But still, it's a lot of it's let's see what Leftwich can do. Can he join a master type of? Oh, he's cleaning off. Can he set it up where he can actually game plan properly? That's what I just despise with Leftwich. That's the only issue I have. But other than that, let me stop talking. What do you think?
You make great points there. I think all Bucks fans can agree. And also, this is a great opportunity to go 6-2. I think I texted you this earlier. Like, this would be the third time in franchise history that this team has gone 6-2. It'd be the first time since the Super Bowl team in 2002. So this is a big milestone for this team to take this step, be 6-2 after 8 games. You go 3-1 in both quarters. If you split up the season in quarters, you like to go 3-1 in each of them. You end up 12-4 if you do that. So yeah, I mean, this is a game where you just want to keep that train rolling. Again, the last 2 games have been awesome. We blew out 2 really good teams in the Packers and the Raiders. And if you don't win this game tonight, then none of those games matter. So it's about continuing to stack wins and obviously staying in control of your division. As we saw the Saints yesterday, they won. They're 5-2 as well. So this is a big game for this team to continue that momentum and continue to build on what they put in on the film, last couple of weeks. So very important that they stay focused and play smart, and I think they will, definitely.
Yeah, like you just talked about it. I mean, the Saints just keep doing what they do. They win consistently. Yeah, they beat the Bears barely in overtime, but still, like the Bears we lost to. Yes, a lot of people are saying they're the worst 5-2 team, blah blah blah. But the thing is, they beat us. So a
Right.
lot of it was Tom Brady still learning the offense, the defense giving up little chunks here and there. That damn fumble that could have been an incomplete pass. A lot of woulda, coulda, should have's, but we lost the damn game, 5-2. Still, really good things looking for the Bucs. Still could be in control of our own destiny, especially next week too. But the game at hand is at first, which is beat the Giants right in front of you. Do not overlook them like you did last year. Look at that. We're talking negative 52 in point differential. Look at the Bucs sitting here with a positive 80. That is disgusting. I don't know when the hell the last time that was. But, I mean, overall, if you look at the NFC, yes, Seattle's sitting at the top, sitting pretty. But I'm looking just at this right here, that matchup right here. So
Mhm.
it's cool to look ahead, but look right now, I still want to dominate this game. And I hope to God they do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you just look at that picture there in the NFC, and that's another reason why this game is very important. You win tonight, you go to the second seed in the playoff standings, right there behind Seattle. So very important. It's just setting yourself up for, obviously a big matchup next week. But again, we have to stay focused. We have to, take care of business tonight, because the Giants are still going to, play football. They still have something to play for, which is hard to believe because they are 1-6, but they still have division opportunity there with, the NFC East being as bad as it is right
That's
now.
terrible.
So, yeah, so your division leaders 3-4-1. Yeah, there's still opportunity and hope for the Giants. So they're going to play as hard as they can, and we have to make sure that we match that effort, especially tonight, and just play a smart, clean game, and I think we'll be okay.
Absolutely. I mean, any way you look at it, the Giants, injury riddled, they don't have the best of pass rushers that would affect us like the Bears did.
Right.
We should be able to impose our will against them. Yes, they got a big, stout defensive line. It's not centered around pass rushers that force things. It's more, let me try and hold you up. And then the linebackers that just miss gaps, which I hope we kind of showed that in the film.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that, Rojo's going to gut you. If you allow Rojo to gut you, Tom Brady's going to annihilate you. So, I mean, we didn't do that against the Raiders. This is a game we could do. We should have. No, I'm not going to say we should have been mean, but I mean, every team has things that they're good at. Their offense has plenty of weapons. Does Daniel Jones have time to throw the ball? Will he have time to throw the ball with JVP, Levante David, Devin White, Shaq Barrett, all coming down? And then, guess what? Antoine Winfield's going to come from the safety box and just sack my ass too. So, I mean, they're loaded. We're loaded all across the board. So it should be good things for Tampa Bay. Unless, like a lot of people are saying, we let up. Beef Tongue saying penalties. It's just stuff like that where Bucs beating Bucs. We've been saying it for a while. I just despise when we do it. And it's you can see it during the game too. It's like, oh, they're 3rd and 36. Okay, I guess this is winning football. That crap is what pisses me off.
Right.
Let me see some other things in here. I'm sorry I can't pronounce this name, but you're bringing some good points. It's Nishant Sevak, I think it is. The refs lost us that game, that Bears game, but it's football and that stuff happens.
That's true.
Yeah, but there were plenty of times we could have either driven the ball, iced the clock. We still could have come back and gotten a field goal to win the game.
Right.
That's 3 opportunities right there that we just didn't do shit. So that's play calling, that's execution, and that's just
It's a
just
game.
bad.
It's a game of inches. I mean, if Gronk catches that ball, we probably get in field goal range. So there's just little things there that.
Or if they realize Gronk's on the team earlier.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, those are good points. Yeah, that's definitely something that we have to stay away from tonight. Beating ourselves. It's going to be a cold weather game. I believe it's going to be like 38 degrees at kickoff. So that's like a first and since I think 2011, it was like under 40 degrees that the Bucs played in. That was in Green Bay. So that will be different. Hopefully we adjust well to that and that doesn't affect us. I think we should be fine there. There's going to be like no rain or snow or anything. So that's good news. No wind too. So that's a positive. Usually it's windy in Giant Stadium. So that'll be a thing to look for. Hopefully our, kickers are on point. But yeah, this game, again, it's looking at the matchups, just looking at personnel formations, I think is something where, we need to, yes, definitely like, subscribe, and comment, but also we need, we need to definitely run out of, pass formations if we are going to run the football. I know Anthony Auclair is back for this game, which should help. He's a good blocking tight end that can help with Gronkowski. I know they use Joe Haig as well, which I like. But definitely, run the ball out of spread formation, get this Giants, team to spread out and be out of position and be uncomfortable. And then also, pass out of run formations, use those 3 tight end sets, pass to Tanner Hudson, pass to Gronkowski, stuff like that where you can get them off balance. I think it's definitely going to be important. Then defensively, I would just blitz the hell out of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just blitz the A gap, use those zone blitzes that they like to use and, try to confuse Daniel Jones into something that he's not going to like. And he's already, throwing a lot of interceptions this year, fumbling the football too. So make sure you do that. Keep him in the pocket because that's really when he's dangerous is when he gets outside the pocket. He can do that running stuff that he likes to do. He's a leading rusher. So that's something that you definitely have to contain.
Well, something also that's really cool. JPP wasn't part of that game last year.
Right.
Devin White wasn't part of that game last year. Antoine Winfield wasn't part of that game. I believe SMB wasn't there either. I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. But either way, that's a lot of players that weren't there. They're huge key contributors to our team, especially Devin White. I mean, if that wide open
Jamel Dean wasn't on the field either.
Jamel Dean, yeah, he wasn't on the field either. So I mean, that is a lot of players that are huge pivotal pieces of our defense. They're huge key players that stop a lot. I mean, you think when that seat opened up, Devin White wouldn't have gotten there in time? That dude's a freaking missile. He's all over the damn field. It doesn't matter if he was even distracted. He probably would have gotten back and stopped him short. But just that, even JPP in his press conferences were saying, oh, I knew he was going to run it down the middle. I knew that. Having a voice like JPP on the field saying, oh, I know this setup, be aware of that. Another, a calming voice that has done it before. This is integral stuff that we didn't have on the field. They were still learning on defense. This shit won't happen again. I got to say it that way because I think this defense is going to come out upset, pissed.
Oh, yeah.
And
they definitely should.
Embarrassed from last year.
They definitely should play with the fire. I mean,
they should have just played the whole second half lowlights from last year. They're like, okay, guys, what you going to do about this? What you going to do?
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they did it. I'm sure Todd Bowles is definitely – he remembers that game. So and it's pretty much the same personnel that they, the Giants had, last year. So it's pretty much the same group of guys on offense. So yeah, I think they're definitely going to be motivated to definitely get after the quarterback and hit him hard and hit him good.
Hit him hard.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have a running back. There's not much to be concerned with as far as the running game. I think the Bucs will definitely they'll do fine there. And then, it's just really tee off on Daniel Jones. I think that's what you got to do. And, keep it in front of you. Don't let them, they're going to try to attack downfield, but I don't think they'll be successful. They know they have to take shots. So I think you got to play that into your hands and, make sure you take advantage of their aggressiveness. And that should be turnovers that should come about it,
Yeah, but I agree with that. I mean, Daniel Jones, he doesn't have a rocket of an arm, but he's accurate. So the thing is, though, if you pressure him, hell, have him try and go outside and then have JPP or Shaq chase him around. So, and then I already made my point about Devin White, but a whole lot of good questions here in the chat.
Okay.
Let's get to this. Beef Tongue said, who gets the first turnover tonight?
Oh, first turnover?
First, what team, and then who's it going to be?
I will say the Bucs will get the turnover, and I'm going to say Sean Murphy Bunting. I know a lot of crap has been talked about
People
him.
hate him, but don't say him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make a good play and get a turnover.
I'm gonna say Bucs, and I'm gonna say Antoine Woodfield.
All right, back to back weeks. I
Back
like
to
it.
back. This dude's insane.
Oh yeah, he's getting better and better each week,
Yeah.
especially on tape. It's showing. Like he's always in the right spot.
Let's see. Nishant Savak says Mike Evans might have issues. James Bradbury has been amazing this year. I highly doubt that. I mean, Mike Evans, if his ankle's healthy, he's shown before he can school James Bradbury. James Bradbury is good, don't get me wrong. But I mean, I don't know if you're a Giants fan or not. Mike Evans has gone against Bradbury before. He's had big games. He is a good corner, don't get me wrong, but Mike Evans is all world wide receiver. So if healthy, he can school him. Do you think? Disagree? Agree? What do you think?
Yeah, I think Mike being off the injury report, I think is a great sign. I think he's going to probably play his best that you've seen in a while. I mean, he's still playing at a high level the last couple of weeks, even though he hasn't been targeted. But I think they're going to make an effort to get Mike the football tonight, and I think he'll have a big game. I think he'll have a good game, a good solid game by Mike Evans, and I think he'll make some plays. I know James Bradbury has been their best Giants corner on the team. He's probably their best defender, but I think they're going to find ways to get Mike Evans the football in this game tonight, and it should be good for Mike.
Absolutely. So I guess Raymond's over here saying, I swear some of y'all only watch the ESPN highlights and don't actually watch the game. I don't know what he was talking about there. But I think it was some of the other things, but going ahead. But there were some more things about Beef Tongue asked, should we sign Clay Matthews? I guess just for another edge rusher. What do you think on that one? Yeah, we have a long time until 8:15. So yeah, any questions you guys got, bring it. We'll talk the current game. We'll talk the outlook of the whole NFL, NFC South, NFC, whatever you want. And then, yeah, I know there was rumors of the trade rumors and stuff. We'll get to that, but address that really quick.
Yeah, Clay Matthews would definitely be nice. I think it would be good depth. It'd be kind of similar. It'd be kind of similar to an Antonio Brown move, I guess you could say. Just the depth that Clay could provide and be that extra edge rusher, but I don't know if that's in the cards. I know they really like Anthony Nelson. I know he's been showing improvement weekly. I feel like he's getting closer and closer to making more impact plays. And then, JPP and Shaq Barrett never really get off the field that much too. So they play a lot of snaps. And I know, what's the other guy? Cam Gill. I know he got on the field a little bit. They like his potential. They got Quentin Bell back on the practice squad, which is nice. So yeah, right now I don't really see it in the cards. If one of those guys were to get maybe injured, I could see maybe a possibility. But right now, I would say no.
Yeah, so we say that, but then again, we didn't think we'd get Gronk. We didn't think we'd get Fournette. We didn't think we're gonna get our latest Antonio Brown because Tyler Johnson, because of our loaded tight end room. So you don't really know with this damn team. You just don't know. We draft 2 running backs.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you don't know. I mean, is it Tom Brady whispering? Is it Jason Light saying, "No, hell no, I'm going to get what I want. And I got free reign. Everyone's liking what I'm doing. I'm going to keep doing it." Like he's got that damn note in his back pocket. Oh, trade no matter what. Like I don't know. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but it's working. The core of the team is so strong. I think whoever just adds to it, it's just going to get that much better. But do I think we should? No. I think what we have is already tremendous enough. Let them just grow and dominate together. Would it be wrong? No, not at all either. I mean, you could probably sign him for damn near nothing. And I know they say they like Cam Gill, and Quentin Bill is supposedly insane athleticism and speed, former wide receiver, but this is a guy that's done it before, Clay Matthews. Which leads us to our next question. This is I forgot the name. Actually, let me go over to the question first. So this is over on our YouTube page. Guys, I know you follow us here. If we ever put out a post, go ahead and comment down below. We'll get to these questions first, kind of thing. just to address it, Quan Ali said, first here, go Bucs, I'm calling it now. Defense gets 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and a touchdown. My dude's calling it out. But then he said this big point. He said, I think they need to get close to a trade for Gilmore, give away a 4th or a 5th rounder and a player. So that will be discussed. He's saying how Gilmore is going to be a big compliment to our secondary. So my thing is, I think he's getting this 4th and 5th rounder based off of what Desmond King got traded for. A 6th round damn pick. We were talking about it prior to the show. It's like, holy shit, that was it? How? This dude's good. So, I mean, give your opinion on Stephon Gilmore. What do you think? Do you think it's even possible? And then I'll bring up his contract.
Tremendous player. I mean, he's the best player on the Patriots by far. He's probably their best defender.
Cam Newton.
I mean, yeah, Gilmore's really good. He's a defensive player of the year last year. So, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. I mean, he's a shutdown corner. So, yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome to have him, no doubt. I mean, that'd be a great addition, but it's going to be very hard to do so. I mean, salary cap, ramifications there, and then you have, what you're going to give up as far as, compensation. So, 4th or 5th, I don't know if that would get it done. You probably have to go higher, probably like 2nd or 3rd round pick, I think would be suffice. But, yeah, it would just take a lot. It would take a lot for it to work just because of his cap numbers, and Patriots would have to take some money on for to help us out. Yeah, you see the cap hit there, $25 million. Again, I don't know what his pro rate is right now because we're 8 games in, so it could be
13 either way.
Okay, yeah. So
we don't have enough to get 13 on there. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we would probably have to trade like Cam Brate and then like maybe do some salary cap, deals with other players. I don't know. It'd be a lot. It would be a lot to do for the Bucs right now. Yeah, you see it right there. It doesn't sound feasible. It would be tough just because of his cap numbers, like we showed there. And so awesome idea, but I just don't think it's possible right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yes, it almost seems like you said this before. Like this is a Madden team. Like we're just throwing together star after star after star. It almost seems like that. It's like it's too easy right now. It's almost like LeBron in Miami. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Like it almost seems like that, and it's crazy to think that this many damn good players are coming in one team, and it's Tampa of all teams. But I mean, either way, you got to think about it. Based on us always saying, "No, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen." It's happened every damn time. So you never know. Based on that contract, I'm going to say a hard no. But we don't know.
Hard pass.
A hard pass for me, especially because we are loaded in that. I want those young guys to learn and grow. I don't think we need Stephon Gilmore. Jamel Dean and Carlton Davis are monsters on the outside. SMB, I know some of y'all dislike them. I don't know why. Let them actually stick to one position. They're like, even Bruce Arians came out and said we're asking him to do too much. Or no, it wasn't Bruce Arians. It was
Todd Bowles.
Bowles saying we're telling him to go back. We're telling him to go out. We're telling him to go stay in, blitz. He's being asked to do way more than any other cornerback on this team. So give this dude some credit. Actually, this is a 2nd-year player trying to do everything that probably a 5th or 6th-year pro is trying to learn. Antoine Winfield's playing really far back, and he has an amazing pressure to help him out. SMB's working on the line, and then he has to fly back 20 yards to cover a deep safety spot. So from what I've seen on tape, he does a lot of good. Just because he's not knocking the ball out doesn't mean he's not around and preventing the ball from being thrown to the guy he's covering. So I think he's doing well. What's your take
I agree.
on that?
I completely agree with that. That's the same thing I see on tape, and yeah, like he's just doing a lot. Like you got to give him a break there. I think he's doing his assignments, and and a lot of times the ball's not going his way, like you said. So he's doing his job just fine.
Yeah, so people in the chat, Corey Williams, new face to the chat. I like that. He says, don't need Gilmore, already have a great corners, could just use depth. I fully agree. Good point. Beef Tongue said, can we trade Gilmore for Antonio Brown? I don't think they're gonna do that.
Mhm.
Ronnie Wilcox, Edwards really coming out strong as well.
Yeah.
And then Raymond. Raymond's our cap guy. Guys in the chats, you see Raymond's name? He's smart. Listen to what Raymond's saying. He says not good. Only 4.8 million in salary cap right now. He's really good with the number crunching. Like, I wish he was my accountant. He's good, but yeah, 4.8 million. Then Stephon Gilmore has a 13 million base salary cap hit. And what I think Cam Brate has 7 million. Still 7. Okay, maybe that
It would just
would
be
work,
hard.
but I wouldn't do it. I would
It
still do
would
it.
be hard. Yeah, it would just be hard to configure.
Oh, plus you're starting to stutter. Your damn connection.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're back. You're back. Spectrum's trash.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
but
Am I back? I'm back now.
yeah, you're
I
back
did
now.
crash. I wish I could upgrade it, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck in Spectrum land, unfortunately.
Damn, it's almost like your cell phone or tethering would be better. But
Yeah.
but let's keep on. So there's another big.
Well, that's Sprint, so
Uh,
they shit the bed too.
but another big trade. 49ers trade linebacker Quan Alexander to Saints. We all know Quan Alexander. He's coming back to the Saints for linebacker Kiko Alonso. What are your initial thoughts? There's a lot of opinions in the chat about it. What do you think?
I think it's great. I think it's great for I think it's great for Bucs fans, to be honest. I mean, just really looking at the film, for Quan, I mean, he struggled obviously with injuries. And same thing with Kiko Alonso. That's probably why they traded him away. But you look at it, I think it's a good move on both parties. Kiko just didn't work out, and he's, I think, a better coverage linebacker. So getting rid of Kiko, as you hear the dog there, but I think Kiko Alonso going to 49ers, I think is okay. But Quan coming back, I don't think it's a great move for the Saints. I think it's going to hurt them, to be honest. The linebacking core obviously will be faster, but I think Quan's just out of his gaps too much, and it's going to hurt them overall, in my opinion.
We're back.
Yeah. That's Jazzy made the podcast. She was going wild.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think I agree a lot of your points about Quan. Quan is a hell of a downhill player. I think we all know that from his time in Tampa. It's almost something like we say with Devin White. It's more him in zones and pass coverage. So I think we all know what to attack in Quan. Mm. Plus, our specialty isn't running the ball, even though some people think that's our strength. Well, yeah. I'll leave that.
I just think it's going to hurt the Saints more in the end because of Quan Alexander's contract. I know they can. I think there's a way out of it. They can get out of Quan. If they wanted to release him next year, they could without penalty. But Kiko, again, he was injured too, so I understand why they moved him. But I thought he was a better coverage linebacker. I thought he was a good cover guy. So maybe not Kiko Alonso. I thought he was good. I thought he was good at coverage. He was a decent cover guy. Again, maybe not the best at getting downhill and playing the run. They have Demario Davis for that. He cleans up a lot. So, I mean, it could be good, it could be bad, but looking at it, I just feel like it's not going to work out for the Saints.
Here's a good question. CJ Martin said, was it Rudd that Quan replaced? I think it was someone before that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Quan came way after Barrett Ruud.
I'm trying to remember who the hell was it before
Ruud. They had a lot of guys after that, I believe. Because I believe Ruud left shortly after Gruden left. They had guys like what's his name? The guy Geno Hayes. They had him. They had.
He was outside. Well.
Yeah, he was outside, and then I'm trying to remember who was. Oh, Mason Foster was the big dude. I think he was mainly the guy in the middle. Mason Foster.
Yeah. Again, a Washington product, guys.
Yeah.
The Bucs love Washington. I mean.
Oh yeah, they do.
Geez, and we're just talking about Myles Gaskin. Plus, just traded for Myles Gaskin in our fantasy.
I did in fantasy.
Little turd. I mean, damn, Washington produces a lot of good players. But again, guys, if you want, this is year round. We're gonna be doing this crap. So this crap, but like, so this Bucs stuff. Yes, we're gonna be doing Bucs coverage all throughout the year. It's not just in season, game preview, game analysis. It's gonna be even in the off season. We're gonna be doing draft prospects. Whatever free agent we get, you're gonna see the same analysis like this. This is the obsessed stuff that we think about and talk about, text about all the time. We're gonna bring it to you. So why just keep it to ourselves, when we can bring it to all of you who have the questions just as much as we have questions? But we're going to look at it, understand it, figure it out, and then spread it to you guys. So this is the cool family of a fan base we're trying to build, just to get it out to you guys, because we all should be educated fans and understand who we're getting. The same thing like what we did with Steve McClendon. What were we getting? Were you going to expect a pass rusher? No, because we showed you all he did was run stuff. And what does he do great? Stuff the run.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
we'll keep going on. Raymond said, "What's this charge for 2000 beer?" About me talking. I don't know what the hell I charge for beer, but Ronnie Wilcox, I still love Quan. How did do his thing with his for a while? All right, yeah, Quan was cool here for a while, but he did still have pitfalls. I mean, I'm still amazed he got that massive contract from the 49ers. Is it funny that a year and a half later he's gone? It's like they were trying to get rid of the contract. Hardcore hero, right? Can we just talk about how we were on the brink of being a legitimate playoff contender with all the pieces finally coming together on defense, and then we add the GOAT on top of that? Incredible. You know what? Let's touch on that. Hardcore hero. Yes, we had all these pieces coming together. Youthfulness on defense. That's something we talk about in our Facebook group. It's down below in the link below. If you haven't yet, join down below. All this talk we're talking live. You're going to talk with us, me, Pless, Raymond, Robert Green's in there. Like, we got a whole bunch of people in there, smart, like-minded football fans like you guys, Buck fans, that will chat this stuff up with you all the time. But yeah, young defense, and then we add the GOAT plus go.
Right. You have to give credit to Jason Light, and I know a lot of fans don't want to do that. You know, there's been a lot of criticism with Jason and how he's operated and how he's built this team, but when you look at it, he's done really a good job of bringing in pieces for this defense and really fitting players to the scheme and really understanding how to, put the players in there so the coaches can do what they want to do offensively, defensively, special teams. And, I have to just, start it off with the secondary. The picks that he's added to the secondary over the years. You look at it going back to 2016, I know Vernon Hargreaves didn't work out, but then you look at, you still have Ryan Smith on this team, who's, been a core special teamers. You go to 2017, you had Justin Evans. It's been unfortunate with injuries, but still a good player. And then 2018, I think, was the big year where, you added Carlton Davis. You added, who's the other guy I'm missing? Carlton Davis and I think that's
Stewart. MJ Stewart's in that draft, but he's gone now.
Yeah, MJ Stewart. Yeah, it didn't work out. But then you go to 2019, he added Sean Murphy Bunting, Jamel Dean, Mike Edwards. And then this past year, adding
Jordan Whitehead. It was in the Carlton Davis draft. Forgive me.
That's who it was. Jordan Whitehead. That's who I was missing. Who's been really underrated. And then you look at, Mike Edwards, you added Antoine Winfield. So right there, you have a secondary core that's under, all of them are under age of 25, which is awesome. So they're going to be here for, the next few years, definitely. Then you look at, the big pieces in the defense. You have Vita Vea, who's a big piece, Devin White. And then you look at, you still have Levante David, and then just the free agencies, free agents that he's been able to add, and Dominican Sue, Shaq Barrett. Those are big pieces of the defense. William Golson still here on this team from 2013, which is awesome. Anthony Nelson, Rakeem Nunez-Roches, and then just continue to add pieces, here and there. And a defense that really fits what they want to do schematically. Then offensively, again, we've always had pieces. I think that is something that he built when, the first couple of years, it was all about adding weapons, right, for Jameis Winston, correct?
Weapons for
So,
Winston.
yeah. So adding, a Mike Evans, and then later on adding a Chris Godwin, getting the offensive line pieces that you needed, and Ali Marpet, Donovan Smith. And then recently, adding Tristan Wirfs, Alex Kappa, Ryan Jensen in free agency, finding the gems like Cameron Brate, all those things, adding OJ Howard, who was a big piece, and unfortunately he's been injury bitten here lately. But so you really just have to credit him. And then, yeah, obviously going after the GOAT, Tom Brady, we all talked about it. We're like, oh, he's not going to be an option, but we're like, oh, okay, does look good. It looks possible because you look at this roster, it was ready to win. So bringing on that guy, that's just accelerated the process, and here we are. An opportunity to go 6-2 in the first 8 games.
So let me jump on that. So also someone said, don't forget about the trade for JPP. I mean, he's just gotten better as he's been longer here in the position. So it's not like he was a GM prior to this. He was like head of scouting or head of some developmental or something.
Yeah,
player analysis, whatever it was.
Yeah, player personnel. Yep.
So once you get the keys to the big, nice, fancy car, you got to learn how to drive this thing. So yes, his first year was terrible. He signed Anthony Collins. He signed Michael Johnson. He's like, oh, it's gonna bring a bunch of Bengals over here, and this is gonna really work out. Throw him a bunch of money. So yes, it was wrong. Larry Smith may have guided that. You don't know, but either way, Jason Light signed him. Drafts Jameis Winston. Either way, he started to learn what is going wrong. What do I got to do? He starts drafting for guys that he knows he likes, and then the scheme just didn't fit to what these guys could do. He drafted guys that could do a lot, and then the scheme of the defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator were just trying to pigeonhole them to be what they want them to do. Then he brings in Bruce Arians. It's almost like when he drafted Vita Vea, I was like, holy shit, that is a 3-4 guy. And we're still 4-3. I don't get this. Was he doing this for the future? I don't know. But Vita Vea is a prototypical nose tackle for a 3-4. And I vouch for him 100% over and over. If you guys listen to our podcast back in the day, we were banging the table for him over and over. Jason Light's done good. Yes, a lot of people talk about his taking Aguayo in the second round. Yeah, you learn from your mistakes. He already learned from Matt Gay, immediately got rid of him, and now it's almost like, is there a kicking problem in Tampa or no? Because you haven't heard anything wrong. Hope I don't come back to yell at myself because of this game, based off of last year. But it's the things he's learned slowly over time, not to overspend in free agency. Be an opportunist in free agency. Don't overdo. If someone wants to come here, tell them you're wanting to come here because of Tom Brady, because we're winning, because his defense is so good. He's playing like the big fish right now, and he's doing it pretty damn well. So he does. I agree. He deserves a lot of respect, a lot of notoriety for it because he's built this team. He's just signing guys that just want to come over for 1 year. Fournette, Antonio Brown. Who's the other guy?
LaShawn McCoy.
Like
just a lot of different, personalities. I mean, making the trade for Steve McClendon, so just understanding, what he needs from this team.
Opportunistic right there.
Yeah, and I think the process has definitely improved, and I think that's the biggest thing. Just the process of how he operates, how he goes after players, how he signs players to certain contracts, just being. He could have easily signed Shaq Barrett to a big long-term deal this offseason. Decided not to. Give him the franchise tag. Let's play it out. And it looks like it's the right move right now. So
yeah, imagine he could have gotten close to $20 million.
Right.
And now he's not going to put up another 20 sack number. We don't think he will. It'll be more around 10, 12. That's a huge disparity right there. So what he could have broken the bank, and now he could be giving him good money, yes, more than he's ever made in his life and his career as a football player, but it won't be 20 million, 20 sack type of numbers. So he's making a lot of good moves. I mean, and then what's the other guy? Mike Greenberg. He deserves a lot. Our upper management is really been working is being the product to what is on the field right now. Starting from the top, working its way down.
Definitely. And it, going back to the process to wrap this up, but it's just like the scouts and the front office are seeing eye to eye. The scouts are working well with the coaches are working with the scouts, so it's just a better understanding of what they want in the draft and then also in free agency. So I think that's just helped overall, and it's making Jason Light look a lot better than he was when he first started out.
Absolutely. So let's go back to the chat. G Vegas said, "What up, guys? What's going on?" He said, "Next offseason, a lot of players are going to have to swallow some pride with the flat cap." That's something you mentioned earlier today, and again, it's scary. I mean, a lot of the team could just change quickly. So I'll let you divulge on that really quick. I know that's next year. Do it really quick, not as much as we talked about Jason Light, but I'll let you quickly touch on that.
Yeah, I'll try not to ramble on, but it's a fluid process, and I always talk about that. The rosters are going to change every year. I mean, you see rosters change 50% all the time. So there's a lot of turnover with a lot of teams, and that's why everyone goes crazy about free agency. Everyone goes crazy about the draft. So yeah, there's definitely going to be change next year. Bucs have a lot of free agents, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage their money. Obviously, the big free agents are Chris Godwin, Levante David. You have Shaq Barrett. Those are your big free agents right there, and Dominic Sue, just to name a few. So there's going to be change. It's coming, and I think that's why they're trying to win this year. They're going for it.
Yeah, and some people don't like the win now mentality. I think every year is a win now. I don't think people need to think of win now as in, oh, they don't need to be doing that. Everyone needs to be doing that. You think?
Yeah, for sure.
You think the Jets just want to lose? I know upper management's doing that, but the players themselves, they don't want to lose.
No.
But you play to win the game. I know Herm Edwards said it upset, but that's the truth. And it's the fact that he was a Jets coach when he said it too. But what
does Bruce Arians say all the time? He's like, the goal is to win the ring, and that's putting it lightly. He had some cuss words in there, but it's go to win, win the Super Bowl. That's the goal. My quote from Moneyball, you don't buy players, you buy wins. That's what it's about.
It's true. I mean, we're going all out. Maybe it's for this year, but guess what? We can always reload another Bruce Arians quote for next year and go at it again. Because guess what? You hope Tom Brady's still here. You hope Gronk says, you know what? I don't want another damn quarterback to throw to. I'll take less. You hope all these guys still stay here. I mean, you can't expect Antonio Brown. You can't expect Leonard Fournette. These guys that deserve bigger contracts to stay. But the same core, I better believe we better keep Chris Godwin. But that's next year. Let's talk about the game at hand. Again, Raymond made a point. Guys, hit that like button down below. You haven't done it. There's a lot of people in here. There's nowhere near the amount of likes that we need. If you like this content, make sure to hit a like button. If you want more Bucs content, Bucs vs. Giants, okay, let's talk about it. Now let's go. So, actually, let's go over to this little story from NFL.com. What to watch for in Bucs Giants Monday Night Football matchup. Biggest thing, will Brady stay in his bag? So they're just talking about since week 3, Brady's 15-1 touchdown ratio. Do you think that's going to stay in this game against a defense that the Giants, sometimes looks confused, but has been in the game most of the time? What do you think, Plus?
Yeah, I think Tom will. I think he'll play smart. Again, he's on a roll right now. He's playing within himself. The offense, it seems like it's clicking. So I expect Tom to just do what he does and take the check downs when they're there. Hit your passes down the field when there's opportunities, and he should be fine. Again, use that play action. That's all I ask.
Okay, I think that's something. Okay, so a lot of y'all, if y'all are in here, please, if you do join like the live streams or you talk to some of the media of Bucs fandom that have access to asking questions, I almost want every time Leftwich has a press conference to be asked about the play action. Every time. Because I'm tired of this piss poor answer of, we're going to put our players in the best position to be successful, to be in position. I can't stand that so generic, pathetic answer. And then he'll even blatantly say, I don't look at that. I just put us in a position to be successful. If you're not looking at what your play action records are, like how good you are at play action, how effective it is, then you're not being successful. You're not putting your players in position to be successful. Someone needs to talk to this dude about what play action does for this team. I don't care if your running game's not working. He's like, oh, we're trying to establish a run. Yeah, we're trying to do. I don't. Literally, you don't need the run to be successful with a play action. We've covered that multiple times. I hope you guys understand what we feel about this. It is ridiculous. And for him to say this over and over, I want to ask every week. I want him to get upset. Like Cutter upset about how many times they ask him. Because it's ridiculous. Like, if you keep saying you don't think it matters, you're wrong. You're so dead wrong. So, hey, we're probably going to find ways to bring up his specific press conferences just to talk about him during the week. We'll find ways. So, that's one thing. Play action works, especially on a team that is loaded with 4 wide receiver sets, tight ends all across the field. If you just give the illusion of a run, the linebackers have to wait a half second. Gronk's open. He's already wide open. Cam Brate's wide open. Scotty Miller's wide open. So, yeah. I'm sorry to go on a rambit.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, the only thing I'll add to that is, establish the run is the 3 worst words you can say in football right now. It's just pointless. Like, it doesn't do anything to help you. What it does is it puts you behind. If you try to do that, play action and go score points. That's what wins games, right? So go attack the defense early and often with play action passing, and get yourself a lead. Then you can continue to attack in different ways and run the football at that point. But yeah, to answer, if we look at this again, another week, another tough D for Jones. I completely agree with that. That this Bucs defense, I think, is going to be just chomping at the bit. They're going to be really hungry. That's an old Raheem Morris quote, but they're going to be hungry to really attack Daniel Jones and come after him. So
20 sacks.
Yeah,
turnover
not good.
Prone QB will likely find himself using his legs more than usual. So again, something we mentioned. So 20 sacks, rookie left tackle. Their left guard is not going to be playing because of COVID, correct?
Correct.
I said the word. YouTube, do what you do. The thing is, we can just cause so much pressure, especially in the A gaps. If your best guard, to me, offensive lineman you guys got, isn't there to help that left tackle that's a rookie, Andrew Thomas out of Georgia, attack that left side. Leave no doubt. So, nonstop. Give that linebacker, defensive lineman stunt that you like to give. Disgusting. Just continue to do it. We put it in the film study if you guys saw it. Attack, attack, attack. I mean, make a turnover-prone quarterback be who he is. And I honestly don't think he is. I think it's just more the situation he's in.
Yeah.
But, and then add to the fact JPP is uber motivated, like they're saying here.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's super.
He was hyped up during his press conferences. But,
oh, man. He was all jacked up. But he's ready. He's ready to take some heads off tonight. So it'll be interesting for Andrew Thomas, for sure.
So this is great. I'm sorry if I pronounced this name wrong. Alariza Sabaha, watching from Iran. Go Bucs. That's
awesome.
Wow.
Dedication right there.
If you don't mind, tell me what time it is over there. I mean, 8 here. I want to know what time it is over there. Just almost 8 here, so we're getting closer to the game. Let's keep going down the line. Raymond said Wirfs is the highest rated right tackle in the NFL. Highest rated rookie or the right tackle in general? I want to know that.
I think it's rookie, but I mean, he could be the highest rated right tackle. He's playing outstanding. He's been awesome this year. So
yeah. So then Jordan Durr said it's windy as heck in New Jersey right now. Been that way all day. We might have to establish the run today. Okay, we still can do it. Oh, Raymond said overall, Wirfs is the highest rated right tackle. Is that with PFF or is that what rating is that? A lot of questions. I'm sorry.
It's probably PFF, but
right.
That's a great stat.
And then so a lot of people were asking about Justin Evans.
Mm.
What do we think about him? Do you think is he ever going to see the field again? Is he done for his career? Stuff we can't really fully answer, but what do you think?
Dude's a ghost. Like, just don't hear about him. I heard like recently he was running, and I know BA talked about looking better, but I don't think he's got a chance coming back this season.
Really?
Yeah, just the way that the defense is playing right now, the way the chemistry is working, with the safety group, I don't think they'll risk it. Um, and dude hasn't played football in a long time,
Yeah.
so it'd be hard to come back. But there's
Thing
always hope.
is he even practicing too? Like
Yeah, I
let's
don't
get to
know.
practice first before we
I
talk
just
about
heard
if
he.
he's going to
Yeah,
play.
I just heard it. Yeah, we're talking about practice, but
Yeah.
I just heard he was running. That was about it.
I mean, I hope so because that dude is a true center field safety.
Tremendous talent.
He is, and
Yeah.
it's sad to see, especially with what happened to Kendall Beckwith. So
I miss that guy too. He
Another-
was so good. He was so
God.
good. He was so good. He was on his way to being really good. Him and could you just imagine him, Devin White, Vontae? Well, I don't even know if they would have drafted Devin White if Beckwith was
Yeah.
healthy, but just imagine just the man. Because
Yes.
he would be great. He'd be great in this 3-4 defense. He would be
Absolutely.
awesome. Yeah, because he was smart. He could cover. I mean, and he could blitz like hell. He could pass rush. Dude had it all.
He was getting double digit tackles like it was no one's business. Like every
Right.
week, it was just what the hell was this guy doing?
Yeah,
clogging gaps. Like he was just a smart, sound football player, and that's what you want. Last point in this story: how will Tampa Bay's pecking order look like with AB era? So we're talking Antonio Brown. We touched on it, I guess, in our film study, but they're mentioning how Mike Evans, Gronkowski, Scotty Miller, 4 starts, Ronald Jones, Chris Godwin's been hurt. Where's AB going to look like? What is he going to do? Is he going to be top 2 wide receiver? Is he going to just get in where he can fit in? What do you think?
yeah. I think we touched on in the film study. I think they're going to use him in multiple ways. Use him. Put him in position to make plays, but also be that guy that takes attention away from defenses and it opens guys up like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. So they're going to be fine. And Tom Brady is not going to force the football. He's going to find the open guy. With Antonio Brown out there, there's just going to be more open guys. So that's good news for the Buccaneers. Defenses are going to have a tough time, especially scheming against 4 wide receiver sets that I think we will see. And when you have, 3rd corner, 4th corner out there on the field, you're going to find ways to attack those guys because they're not as good as your top corners. So it's going to be fun. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we'll have success.
Hands down, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we showed you what Brady has a connection with Antonio Brown. If Antonio Brown saw Tony Robbins, obviously he's going to help him with his mental game. He's living with Tom Brady. If you don't think there's a connection enough, he's going to tell him what plays he likes, situations he would like to throw him the ball in. They're going to be clicking like this. If you don't think that's dedication, how else? What are you going to want him to do? Sleep in his damn bed? It's. But Giselle's saying, "Oh, fine, just bring this dude in. Just who cares?"
Yeah, they got a big enough house. I'm sure there's a guest room, so they'll be fine.
But it's
sure Antonio Brown's all on the other side of the house,
right? He's like, I don't want him next to me. You serious? I don't care if he's seen Tony Robbins. He ain't sleeping within 150 yards of our bed. But I mean, it's this dude. Yeah, and then there's the stories of they're so shocked of how in shape he is. I'm not even gonna pull up that story. It's the dude's a professional athlete. Obviously, his job is to stay in shape. If my job was to work out 24/7 to wait for Tom Brady to call me, okay, I would do it. If it gave me the possibility of making millions a year, hell yeah, hit me. Yeah. If I sit on my butt and just work out, go ahead. I mean, they're going to be scary. This is easily the most weapons that Tom Brady's ever had. I don't care about any Patriots team. It is. I mean, he doesn't have to wait long to get rid of the ball. Whatever safety's going to shade over to one side, the other side should be easily attacked. Not even a question. Don't ever force a ball. Just win. That's how easy this game could be for Tom Brady right now. At 43 years old, could potentially go really far into the playoffs. Hopefully where we want to go. But any more to touch on that before I go to the next one?
No, nailed it.
Is Evans healthy? What percentage do you think he's playing at tonight in terms of health? He's talking Mike Evans.
I would say 95%. I think he's very close to being 100%. Obviously, good news. He's off the injury report. So that's why I feel like he's going to have a good game tonight.
I agree. Again, guys, if you're in the chat, hit that like button down below. And with that said, let's keep going. So, Steven Manella, another guy that's new to the chat. Good to see you here. He says, is the Bucs practice open to the public to see if Evans looks healthy? It is not open.
No.
COVID, I mean, sometimes not even media can get into there.
Right.
So, I mean, especially with the uptick in cases, I guarantee they're going to be even more protective. And then the one staff guy that got it, Bucs are even lock it down is probably what they're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, there's no way to tell. It's just based off of what we hear. And the last thing you heard on even Justin Evans was, oh, talk to Jesus. That's our source. So it's pretty crazy. Let's see. Art of Free Speech said, at Bo Davis, talking to someone in the chat, Mike Edwards, though short on snaps to be in the overall conversation, is the highest rated safety if you take off the minimum snaps button. So I guess, yeah, let's give Mike Edwards some notoriety. What do you think of Mike Edwards as of late? I mean, he has already 2 interceptions, 1 deflection that caused an interception. What do you think of him?
He's playing much better than he did last year, and he came on strong towards the end of the year last year, and now he's just playing much smarter. Like, you can see the instincts are coming in. He's tackling a lot better, taking better angles. I mean, when he's in there, he's making plays. So dude's playing really good. I like that he's just taking advantage of his opportunities. And you know, you could make a case that he should be on the field maybe more full time. You could maybe slot, you know, maybe take you know, Antoine Winfield more in the nickel, and you know, maybe let Sean Murphy Bunting, you know, play a more specific role instead of doing everything. So, but Edwards is playing great, and I like that they're using the more, you know, 3 safety looks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I agree. Mike Edwards, he was a heady player in Kentucky. I think based off of limited snaps last year and just coming off that hamstring injury he had in training camp last year too. It's just mental reps is another thing as opposed to actual physical reps. I mean, it's a big difference. It's one thing to say how are you going to push on someone to read a route in a damn notepad or an iPad as opposed to actually seeing them run right at you and feeling the pressure of, oh, holy crap, the whole stands are looking at me. He's adapting very well. He's playing like a pro. He's reading, reacting great. It's great when you see Oakland Raiders fans get mad that they seemed like he hit the guy that caused that interception. He's playing good ball. He's playing good football. So I hope he gets more Giants fans mad at him, hopefully. But let's keep going. Edwards has a 94.5 overall rating by PFF. Jeez. Art of Free Speech said that.
That's really good.
Wow. I guess, yeah, that limited snaps button, take it off. And a 3rd interception that was called back. Yeah. Damn, Art of Free Speech. You love Mike Edwards. Hey, he's good. He is good in limited opportunities. And that's what Tom Brady talks about. Once you get your opportunity, make it known that they can't take you off the field. So we've been saying this. We think the future of the Bucs safety secondary is Mike Edwards and Antoine Winfield. They're ball hawks. They both can play close. They just do it all safeties. I mean, I love Whitehead. Don't get me wrong, but that room's very crowded. Let's put it that way.
And Whitehead's, you know, unfortunately a little limited as a player. I mean, he's great inside the box. He can blitz like crazy. Short area of the field, he's awesome. But when you ask him to do like deep coverage, that's where he struggles. He struggles to find the football, and it could get, you know, worrisome. But yeah, I agree with that. I think that's definitely your future at that position. It's very bright.
Yeah,
very future.
Extremely. And then shit, I mean, Jason Light can hit a home run with another 4th round safety next year. You never know.
That's true.
It's just good. So this is a kind of a question that goes together. So Bo Davis said Jamel Dean is the number 2 rated cornerback in the league according to Player Football Focus. But also, where is this? G Vegas says, do you expect tonight to be the last chance SMB gets for outside duties? Let me touch on that.
Okay.
So Jamel Dean, is really highly rated because he primarily plays outside. We touched on this earlier. SMB doesn't do really outside unless they only have 2 wide receivers on the field. The only time he's at. If ever 3 wide receiver sets, he's falling into nickel because he can do so much more. So it's kind of hard to say this is his last chance. SMB, to me, if you saw our film study of him from last year, he is a good cover corner. They're asking him to do in the slot or in the nickel position. You're asked to do so much more. You're asked to blitz. You're asked to fade back in the flats. You're asked to fly back to deep secondary to cover as a third safety. He's being asked to do a lot in this position. Hopefully they limit what he has to do so he actually understands what it is. He's a good player. Don't act like he's subpar just yet. I mean, he's better than MJ Stewart. I'll say that. So I think just Jamel Dean's fitting the position he needs to do, and he's only being asked to cover one side of the field. Stay on one guy, just do it. It's a lot easier for his position than it is what SMB is being asked to do. Blitz at one time. Go back the other. Stay in this zone. Oh, if these guys 2 cross, go over here. So it's a lot more difficult for what he's being asked to do, to me. Hope that answers the question. Plus, expand on it.
Nothing more to add. Next question.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you're in nickel 70% of the time, so really Sean Murphy bunting snaps they don't come on the outside. So like Mark said, he's inside mainly, and it's a lot to ask.
Yeah. I mean, especially second-year pro. I mean, I was hoping he was going to have a ball-out season. Maybe the hamstring's hindering him a little bit, but we'll find out. I think he's still going to do well. Mm-hmm. You said he's going to get the first turnover today.
I do. I feel confident.
Right? So Art of Free Speech says, he likes Mike Edwards that much. He should be starting over Whitehead. Damn. I think for the future, but right now, keep doing that rotation because it's working. Let's keep. We're getting close to that time. It's 8:07 right now. Raymond has some input. Says Antoine Winfield Jr. can play in the box, but he's better as a center field safety. I agree with that. That's why Whitehead is the starting safety. He's better in the box than the rest. Golf clap. I agree.
Touche.
Right? It's true.
Mm-hmm.
We may very well see Jamel Dean start at outside cornerback this week. SMB starting in the nickel slot. Or free speech. But you're right. I mean, if it's a nickel dime position, SMB's always going to go inside. Jamel Dean's always been outside. If you watch our Jamel Dean film study, I wish I could have put all these in there. Jamel Dean, when he's in the nickel position, is terrible. Batshit crazy terrible. The Seahawks abused him left and right. You wonder why he looked so bad that one game, and then he looked totally different against the Cardinals, because they used him the way he's meant to be used. Do the same thing with SMB. That's all I'm saying. So you can't look at it pigeonholed. Oh, that guy sucks, trash. If they try to pigeonhole Dean to be a nickel corner, he'd be out of the league. He'd be MJ Stewart right now. So you guys got to kind of see what they're making the guys do. You can't get mad at production when it's not there because they're not getting the ball thrown towards them, or they're just being asked to do one too many things at one time. Let's keep going. Whitehead is a better in the box safety. I agree. Let's get it, fam. No starting even with 2 quarterbacks and base coverage. Arians hinted at keeping him at just one position. Yeah, I agree with you. But that's the thing. So it's like we down people if we really see them failing over and over and over again. So that's when we'll talk trash to someone. If I see he's being asked to do so many damn things, but he excels at one thing really well and you're not doing it with him, like Byron Leftwich not calling play action. I'm gonna talk trash to you.
Yeah.
Some of our players, like Shaq Barrett, not covering the flats. Even though he's great rushing the passer, if they're asking you to do one damn thing besides rush the passer, do it. Mm-hmm. So I will talk trash if it's deservedly so.
You got it.
Well, other than that, I mean,
Mhm.
damn. Do you guys see anything to help with interior pass rush, or will the blitz make up for it? Let's make that and maybe one other question, then we'll go.
All right. Yeah, and I talked about this last week. Interior pass rush, I think, is something that definitely needs to be better. Again, with the loss of Vita Vea, that definitely hurts. But the Bucs are always going to be creative, and obviously, with the linebackers that they have, they can definitely get up the middle with those blitzes and the A gaps. And you have guys that are, your down linemen that can hold guys up and free that space. So I think that's where they're going to operate. Hopefully, we see JPP more inside, in this game. Give him more opportunities to rush from the interior position because I think that's where he wins. So yeah, I mean that is something definitely they need to work on. Make sure they contain that pocket, get that push up the middle for sure.
I agree with that. Utilizing players to their advantage, or in the left which saying to be successful.
Mm.
But still, I've said it over and over again. Keep using that A gap blitz. I mean, Devin White uses him to what he does best. Not the best in dropping 35 yards deep, but to pass to cover Henry Ruggs, he's better to blitz. He's zone blitz all day. Use SMB with zone blitzes. He's a phenomenal coverage corner in zone blitzes. Using what he is best at. So, again, this is stuff where we see over and over in film. So we're just trying to bring it to you. So don't think that we're just disagreeing. We're just telling you what we see. Let's keep going. One last question. This is another new name, Kieran Fitzgerald. He said, "What's your thoughts on Tyler Johnson? Will he take Godwin reps?" Can I take this one real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So really quick, I think he's very good in run blocking as well. You saw that from our offensive film study from the Raiders game.
Mm-hmm.
He spread out. Fournette should have gotten a touchdown on that one run play. In this game, sure, let him do it. But the thing is, once Chris Godwin comes back in, and that's what it is. So let Tyler Johnson show what he can do, just to build confidence with Tom Brady, the continuity of Tom Brady, this system, this coherency, I guess you'll say. But what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Tyler's game is very similar to Chris Godwin. I think that's why they drafted Tyler Johnson, to have a guy like that, that can be groomed and maybe potentially replace Chris Godwin at a later time going forward, maybe. So I hope not either. But Tyler's got a lot of good skills in his game. Great route runner, a guy that can find ways to get open. Maybe not as athletic as Chris Godwin, but he can just make plays and really good hands. So yeah, I hope he gets good opportunities tonight. I think he will. He'll have a good matchup for sure.
Yeah, I mean, with that said, guys, that's going to be calling it for us. It's already 8:13. Bucks game's going to start in like 2 minutes. So Raymond was asking if there's going to be a post live cast tomorrow night. I highly doubt it. It's family time. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if Plus can do it. But
no, what we'll do is we'll probably recap the game in our film study. So just be on the lookout for that. We'll talk a lot about it. And then we'll also have a preview coming out for the Saints. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And as always, go Bucs. We're excited, and let's get that W, get to 6-2.
Yeah, if you're still here, hit that like button for us. If you still want to talk trash, talk whatever you want to talk, join our Facebook group down below. Link, click it, join. We'll always accept you. We'll talk it up. And on Twitter. Our Twitter's down there too. Like, we're going to be live tweeting the whole damn game. Especially if we're pissed off. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. You guys make it. You bring the questions. You do all of it for us. This is why we kind of like dive into it so much.
Thank you so much. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. Other than that, enjoy the Bucs game. Hope we come out on top. And as always, go Bucs.
Go Bucs. Cheers.